Secondary school teachers trained to implement CVQs. The Integrity Commission of Montserrat understudies the Integrity Commission of Dominica, and the Roseau Valley MP gives a commitment to aid residents of Cochrane in the rehabilitation of the Zocolier Road. Thank you for joining us for another edition of National Focus. I'm Pearl Fontaine.
And I'm Kimani. Stay with us for details of the headline stories and others right after this.
Dominica is blessed with an abundance of water, but getting it to your home is an expensive venture. You have a responsibility to conserve water, to use it wisely. Remember the old adage, you never miss the water till the well runs dry. Think water, think life.
Welcome back. Teachers who oversee technical subjects at secondary schools are this week being trained on how to better impart technical and vocational education to students. A one-week training which commenced here on Monday is being spearheaded by the Ministry of Education as part of the Caribbean Trade and Competitiveness Project. Consultants Dunn Pear Barnett and Associates is collaborating with the ministry in facilitating the workshop. Dr. Paulette Dunn Pear spoke to GIS News about her role in this effort.
What is commendable about Dominica is that they have requested the train of teachers, because if you don't train the teachers to implement the program, then how are you going to assess and certify? So they have started the right way. I know that they had verifiers and assessors who were previously trained, but this time around they have asked us to deliver the competency-based education and training approach. So at the end of this exercise, you'd have had teachers who are trained to deliver the CVQ in the way that it ought to be. So in another year or two, you should be having lots of students accessing the Caribbean vocational qualification.
Dr. Dunn Pear says it's important that technical teachers are trained in order to deliver the Caribbean vocational qualification, CVQ, in an effective way to students.
What is commendable about Dominica is that they have requested the train of teachers, because if you don't train the teachers to implement the program, then how are you going to assess and certify? So they have started the right way. I know that they had verifiers and assessors who were previously trained, but this time around they have asked us to deliver the competency-based education and training approach. So at the end of this exercise, you'd have had teachers who are trained to deliver the CVQ in the way that it ought to be. So in another year or two, you should be having lots of students accessing the Caribbean vocational qualification.
In 2012, the Ministry of Education began the implementation of the Caribbean Vocational Qualification Program at all secondary schools. This program, according to education officials, seeks to ensure that students receive technical skill development in various areas, thereby making them more prepared to face the regional and global work market. Education Minister Honorable Peter St-Jean views the introduction of the CVQs at secondary schools as a means of retooling the workforce in Dominica.
We need to understand that the way forward for us as a nation, as a region, is through the development of skills within our people, and that there is absolute need for the retooling, retraining of our workforce if they are to survive in the competitive global environment in which we are operating currently.
Caribbean vocational qualification is recognized in CARICOM and the rest of the world and will ensure that students are able to perform in the workplace. The implementation of the CVQ forms part of the Ministry of Education's enhancement project.
Two high-level officials, Chairman James A. Hickson and Commissioner Reverend Beatrice Ruth Allen from the Integrity Commission of Montserrat, ended a week-long visit to Dominica last Friday. The purpose of their visit was to gain a detailed understanding of the law and procedures that the Commission of Dominica has put in place in order to implement the provisions of the integrity legislation. In his words of welcome to the visiting commissioners, Chairman of the Dominica Commission, Julian Johnson, expressed satisfaction that the Dominica Commission had conducted business in a manner that established best practice in the field of integrity governance in the sub-region. During the week-long visit, working sessions were held with the Rules, Finance, Administration and Information and Public Relations Committees of the Commission. Commissioners Hickson and Allen, whilst on island, also held discussions with the Minister for Legal Affairs, the Attorney General, and the Director of Public Prosecutions. The visiting commissioners also met with Dominica's Head of State, His Excellency Charles Savre. The Integrity in Public Office Act of 2010 of Montserrat contains a number of provisions which are similar to those of the Integrity in Public Office Act of 2003 of Dominica.
In more news, with an organization like the Eden and Amelia Memorial Foundation rooting for its development, the District of St. Joseph is steadily moving up in its community development endeavors. On Wednesday, the 10-year-old Eden and Amelia Memorial Foundation made another large donation to the community, which included sporting equipment, books, and medical equipment. Every year since 2004, the foundation has made one or more donations to various government and non-governmental organizations. Angelique Baptiste, president of the Memorial Foundation, explained the purpose of the foundation.
The Eden and Amelia Baptiste Memorial Foundation is a non-profit charitable organization dedicated to supporting, protecting, and enhancing the quality of life for Dominicans. The foundation endorses and supports programs in areas such as healthcare service, education, arts, youth development, elderly care, and cultural events. The foundation also seeks to serve as a beacon of generosity that inspires people into giving back and making positive changes in the life of others. The Eden and Amelia Baptiste Memorial Foundation was created in 2003 by the Baptist brothers and sisters, soon after the departure of their parents from the life.
Baptiste also gave a brief description of the foundation's namesakes, the deceased Eden and Amelia Baptiste.
Eden, Papi, and Amelia Mammy Baptiste was humble and very devoted Catholics couple, deeply committed to each other and their community. They strongly believed in not only improving one's quality of life, but also contributing to the life of others. Eden and Amelia gave their life and time, talent, and treasures to making a difference in the community. In keeping with Mr. and Mrs. Baptiste's compassion and humanity, their children residing in the Commonwealth of Dominica, United States of America, and the United States Virgin Islands founded the Eden and Amelia Baptiste Memorial Foundation.
The short ceremony was attended by the main recipients, the St. Joseph SDA School, the Caleb Laura Primary School, the Dominica Council on Aging, the St. Joseph Sports Committee, and a representative of the St. Joseph Health District. The parliamentary representative, Honorable Kelva Daru, as well as District's Education Officer, Margaret Jules, were invited guests. Honorable Daru made remarks expressing community pride in the Eden and Amelia Memorial Foundation, now based in the U.S., but conceptualized mainly for St. Joseph.
The Eden and Amelia Baptiste Foundation, they have a track record of giving back to the community of St. Joseph and Dominica by extension. I am very pleased that this family is from the community of St. Joseph, because a lot of times we hear a lot of negative things coming from this community, but this is a testament that here in St. Joseph we have good things happening. These efforts have gone a very long way, not just in the provision of supplies for the health centers, the schools, and the other institutions that we have on island. But very importantly, it sets a standard. One may realize that even in difficult times, in times when people find it challenging, we still find the foundation making itself available to provide these much needed supplies to the various institutions. And that is happening in very challenging times.
The district education officer used her speaking opportunity to assure the foundation's administrators that the gifts are welcomed by the Ministry of Education. She referenced a previous donation in 2012 of a 40-foot container of books, which was distributed to each public and private school across the island. The Eden and Amelia Memorial Foundation reports that between 2004 and 2014, US $2.3 million in donations have impacted lives in Dominica. For the year so far, $140,000 have been earmarked for the island.
Parliamentary Representative for the Roseau Valley constituency, Honorable Dr. John Colin McIntyre, has voiced the commitment to aid residents of Cochrane in the rehabilitation of the Zocolia Road. Residents of the community recently appealed for assistance for the completion of the road, which they are currently undertaking as a community project. In the initial phase of the project, organizers told the media that they received assistance from the Roseau Valley MP, residents of the area, and labor from inmates of the state prison. The Roseau Valley MP told GIS News that he will support the cause and has commended residents for rallying together to develop the project.
I want to pledge my full support to the residents of Zocolia and the persons concerned, and in spite of the fact that it may be a private development, we will pledge our support. In terms of Domlec, we don't own Domlec, so the electrification of this area has to be a discussion with Domlec because of poles will cost money, and so the developers who are selling land in that area will have to come together and definitely sort of do it jointly where they can put in the lights there. DOASCO will help, of course, that's government again, and we'll continue to give our help in terms of the providing the crushed tariff and cement from time to time, whatever we can do. But we pledge our full support to helping the folks in the Zocolia area.
In more news, Parliamentary Representative for the Cottage constituency, Honorable Reginald Austrie, says the apprenticeship programs hosted by the Ministry of Employment is a major accomplishment for the current administration. The Cottage MP was addressing 119 individuals who benefited from the skills training provided through the apprenticeship program of the Ministry of Employment, Trade, Industry and Diaspora Affairs. A ceremony at the Cabrit's cruise ship berth on Thursday marked the end of the hospitality, culinary arts, and manicure and pedicure apprenticeship training modules. He urged graduates to recognize the far-reaching potential of their training.
The government of Roosevelt Skerry, after thoughtless periods of days and nights and weeks and months, have come up with this very creative opportunity that will not only allow you to find employment in Dominica, but to find employment outside of Dominica. Because many times you walk in this workplace, you ask for a job, and you have to do on-the-job training. So you start at a lower scale on the payroll. Today you can go out and you can say, look, I'm a certified bartender, I'm a certified housekeeper, and you can now command a higher rate, a higher wage for the skills that you have accomplished. And you should take advantage of that and you see yourself as such.
In other news, student of the St. John's Academy in Portsmouth, Miss Shari Peter, has left her mark on the National Miss Teen Dominica pageant. The show, which took place at the Windsor Park Stadium on Sunday evening, was considered one of elegance and poise as 8 young ladies vied for the title of Miss Teen Dominica 2014. The 15-year-old was said to have made a first and lasting impression on the judges and audience present. She made her official appearance in uniform during the first segment of the show, the speech round.
Distinguished judges, contestants, ladies and gentlemen, Wai Shin Hao. Good evening. This evening, my school, the St. John's Academy, makes its first impression on the tapestry of the prestigious Miss Teen Dominica pageant. We are indeed honored and grateful for this opportunity thanks to the White Equity Dance Theatre Company, and my sponsor, the Ross University School of Medicine.
Consistency was the key for Miss Peter, who also copped the title for Best Evening Wear, Best in Evening Wear, and Best Interview Response.
Why do you think sports is important, especially for students like yourself?
I believe that sports can increase one's self-esteem and increase discipline in one's life. I believe that sports also helps keep you fit and be able to socialize with everyone. Thank you.
Peter captured the award for Best Spectacular Wear for her costume, which featured Dominica's very own costume designer, Michelle Rafoul. According to many, her performance was a demonstration of her school's motto, commitment to excellence. She was crowned by the Miss Teen Dominica 2013, Kimani Bertrand of the Convent High School. First runner-up was Miss Dana Peltier, representing the Convent High School, who was also awarded for Best Speech. Second runner-up went to Kedine Etienne of the St. Martin Secondary School, who also won Best Talent and Best in Spectacular Creation. Natasha Laurent of the Dominica Grammar School placed third runner-up with the title of Miss Photogenic. The new Miss Teen Dominica was sponsored by Ross University School of Medicine. The other contestants were Katisha Wade of the Castlebrew Secondary School, Brianni Lawrence of the Isaiah Thomas Secondary School, and Onisha Francis of the Pierre Charles Secondary School.
And finally, over the weekend, the Maho community launched Carnival 2014. Honorable Rayburn Blackmore, parliamentary representative for the Maho constituency, officially declared Carnival celebrations in Maho open. The parliamentary representative commended the members of the Maho Festival Committee for their efforts in putting forward the activities for Carnival 2014. He also pleaded with the community to have a peaceful Carnival season.
As we are accustomed of doing in Maho throughout the Carnival, is to have a peaceful Carnival, and I hope this year is no exception. Let me also commend the effort of all those of you who have gotten the event where it is thus far. And especially we want to recognize the effort of all the members of the festival committee.
Honorable Blackmore expressed his satisfaction with the number of sponsors who came on board to support the festivities this year. The opening saw the parade of a number of groups including flag wavers, stilt walkers, sensei, and Lapocabrit groups. The contestants vying for the title of the first ever Miss West pageant also formed part of the parade. The Maho Carnival launching took place on Saturday, February 22nd. And that's it for the English segment of the news. McPherson St. Luce is next with the Creole highlights.
Allô tout le monde, bienvenue à cette nouvelle en créole. Non, moi, c'est McPherson St. Luce. Premièrement, programme employement gouvernement ensemble et puis plusieurs d'autres qui bénéficient Dominicains en différentes catégories. Parole celle-là sortira du ministère employement, Honorable Dr. John Colin McIntyre.
Programmes sont sur National Employment, il y a low difficulté, tout le monde qui a l'university hot pay, tout le monde qui a state college, tout le monde qui a community-based type projects, apprenticeship program, comment pour faire wash, comment pour mettre wash, masonry, comment pour faire furniture, tout qualité by ça. Nous avons des programmes comme ça, adult education, monde qui les vivent à l'école, nous avons fait ça, because quand ça, nous ne pouvons pas regarder ça, parce que ou pas ça, vivre à la tête ça, si vous pas si vous pas plaît tête tout, c'est pas l'université tout seul, c'est pas college tout seul, mais nous pour apprendre check biter, pour ça faire check biter, pour ça aider quoi. Quand vous passez là où aller pour marier comme pour un job, vous pouvez marier ça ou ça faire, ça ou ni, qui papier ou ni, ou si vous pas ni papier, qui qualité skill ou ni, et bien moi parler pour tout le monde Dominique, pour partenaire puis gouvernement ça c'est gouvernement Dominique Labour Party, partenaire puis nous because nous bien sérieux, c'est ça nous faire, nous pas parler comme ça nous pas savent. C'est le premier gouvernement à Dominique pour faire tout le monde voyer l'école, faire apprendre à habiter, aider ce monde-là. Il y a yes we care. Nous avons gardé plus vieux monde à Dominique. C'est le gouvernement qui care. Nous avons voyer l'école, nous avons payé pour eux. Tout skills training, toute qualité bagaille nous l'avons faire. Actuellement nous avons un National Employment Program. Et ça c'est un programme nous acheter l'argent pour ça ou ça. C'est pas pour dire c'est pas nous afford ça, mais nous pour aider les gens Dominique et nous sortir et nous taper l'argent pour mettre là et nous faire tout le monde Dominique bien quota et puis gouvernement les cas we faire les gens qui ni pour catcher ça qu'a fait. Donc ça c'est Labour Party, Dominica Labour Party, ça c'est UWP. Ça c'est ça Labour qu'a fait, ça c'est ça UWP dit ça fait. Non yo était là. Yo resté là pour 4 années. Moun ti yo. Yo pas sérieux.
En la nouvelle, habitant Dominique a tapé bon avis pour porter attention aux affaires de transportation d'Awe. Ils ont l'occasion pour l'autre qui peut simer Black Cigar Token. Parole celle-là sorti officier quarantine Ryan Ansem.
Moun ka pon feuille figue là, feuille banane là pour coucher figue yo pour mener à la place. Et vers les poids. Et ou fait ça ou ka pon maladie et transférer à dans l'autre place. Si on moun pon on bagay figue et votre là yo, et yo menen guantans. C'est maladie c'est un fungus, so vent ça vente maladie aller toise pour aller en Portsmouth. So ça nous carré moun et pas seulement pour on knapsack avec spray. Programme là c'est un programme un integrated programme là où on regarder pour nous faire sanitation. C'est planter pas qu'à di leaf. Nous ka dit pour couper ces feuilles là qui est maladie. Nous les couper et va couper sous couper ces feuilles là les figues là. Il pas de maladie à la fil là ou ça. So ça nous ka des moun pour aider nous travail pour nous contrôler Black Cigar Token.
Ministère pour les affaires légales, Honorable Ian Douglas, qui a fait parole qui Dominique bien avancé pour chaîne CCJ complet au lot d'enseignes. Premier ministre Honorable Roosevelt Skerritt annoncé en janvier que Dominique tapé permission de l'Angleterre pour séparer le Privy Council et pour recogniser CCJ. Parole ministre Douglas Cavini selon parole opposition qui Dominique pas parlé pour CCJ. Honorable Douglas a gardé parole opposition comme ça bien en négatif. Et dit ces paroles négatives, ça là pas qu'à pousser à payer à devant. Finalement, Honorable Douglas dit, position Dominique et puis CCJ, c'est yon qui autant positive. Finalement, le gouvernement Dominique mettait attention à ses facilités sport l'autre l'année financière. Parole celle-là sorti du coordinateur sport, M. Trevor Shillingford.
Nous connaissons qui nous a reçu communication hors cabinet pour bio ou l'autre groupe facility pour taper cette travail fait là dans financial nef là. Et bien nous avons provide bio information ça là. So nous avons ça c'est un mouvement pour really try essayer pour essayer qui est plus faciliter nous nous qui mener plus faciliter nous dans un standard ça monde nous qui satisfait avec ni premier accès pour participer à ces various sporting activités.
Messieurs, mesdames, ça c'est tout pour nouvelle en créole pour à présent. Non, moi c'est McPherson, c'est Luce. Au revoir.
How to save money next in your tip of the day.
Together we build, together we strive. We see it all on your government information service, Channel 7. This is the Government Information Service, bringing you all that you need to know about all that's happening in your country's development. GIS, you and your channel.
At the start of a new year, it is a good time to look at ways to try and save money. There are so many small ways to save money that it's easy to overlook some of them. And even the most vigilant budgeteers lapse on some of them from time to time. The bright side, of course, is that with so many opportunities for saving money, there are bound to be a few you've overlooked.
You can start by paying attention to how much you spend on transportation, groceries, and entertainment. Every month, make it a point to spend less. You can also try purchasing non-perishable items in bulk and buying clothes on sale.
And that's all for this edition of National Focus. We always welcome your suggestions and comments. Drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm or visit our website at news.gov.dm.
Friend us on our Facebook page and be sure to like our GIS Dominica fan page. You can also catch up on past National Focus newscasts on our GIS Dominica YouTube channel.
On behalf of the entire news production team, I'm Fontaine.
And I'm Kimani. Thanks for watching.